Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, we are back. We are back. Yes, again, once again, we are back. Welcome back. Me and all my groupies. Welcome back to the stream. Mm, yes. Okay. So, for tonight, we will look at AUD USD, BTC USD, GBP GBY, GBP USD, NZD USD, USD GBY, a good a ACP a 500, and a NAS 100. Yes, yes. So coming into the AUD USD, what we can see is, I don't know what the price action doing right now, bro. Welcome back to another live stream of I Trade the Asian. We're gonna see what's going on with the markets tonight. Last night, price action was a little bit, just a tad bit tricky to play with last night. Just a tad bit. Simply because, based off the weekend analysis, what we had was price action was starting to go bearish just a little bit. But what we saw was coming from last week market close price action was we created a high back in over here on the 1 hour chart. And from the weekly open, price action continued. If you start to count this high back here, you got a high, low, lower high, potentially lower, low. And what we were looking for was that next lower high to potentially continue to push the market lower. That's what I was hoping for anyways, because generally when the market comes from over the weekend and when I started to do my analysis, one of the things I look into, or one of the things I try to key into, is when do I want to be, potentially looking for buys, and when do I potentially want to be looking for sales, depending on which way the market is trending, depending on the structures that I'm seeing. And one of the things that I've learned to kind of identify is that if I'm going into the market, I'm coming to the market, I want to see what price action doing. So if we go bar replay to the weekly open and erase all the price action that has happened so far, what we can see is, if I'm doing my analysis, when I'm coming to the charts, when I'm at this point right here before price action starts on Sunday, what I'm looking to see is coming to when price action opens, do I want to take buys or do I want to take sales? And one of the things that I key in on is, has price action shifted structure on the 1 hour time frame? Right here, from last week's price action, we got a high, we got a low, lower high, somewhat equal low, lower high. Then we finally broke this support we had back in over here and started creating lower lows and lower highs. As you go down to the 30-minute, 15-minute, you can kind of see some type of structure within that big candle, lower lows and lower highs going all the way down. So as you come in from the weekend analysis, the previous 1 hour structure, or the previous structure of the last lower high, is way up here. So as I'm coming and I'm doing my analysis, so when I get to this point in price action, what I'm saying is lower high, lower low. Potentially, this area is going to be my lower high that potentially gives me the new lower low, or at least an equal low to retest the lows. So coming into last night, when we, started to play out, we kind of go to the 15-minute, give us a little bit more price action candles. When you come to the 15-minute price action, this is the price action from last week. So what we're looking to see, the first thing I identified was that there was a resistance here on the 1 hour time frame. And then what I was waiting for was to see how did price action react if it pushed back into that 1 hour resistance on the 15-minute chart. And what we can see is price action kind of gapped open and then started pushing bullish and then started going bearish. So on the lower time frames or different liquidity feed, on different brokers I was looking at it from, price action, even down on the 5-minute, you can kind of see price action went bullish to close that gap and then started breaking lows from that point. So once I kind of saw at that 6 o'clock, 6:15 time, price action was breaking lows, I took a small short. And I was only looking to retest the lows right over here, what actually ended up happening was price action came down and created this Asian low. At this point, I'm already in the trade. I'm like, okay, I'm all right. But once I saw price action push down to where this Asian low is identified here one more time and failed to break and continue to make new lows, I knew that the trade potentially was in somewhat trouble. And when you hit that, there we go. We retested this low and wasn't able to break. And at this point is when I knew the trade was in trouble. As you can see, we somewhat got equal lows on that price action. If price action was going to go bearish, what I needed to see was high, low, potential lower high somewhere up in this area, lower low, lower high, lower low to maintain confidence within this trade. So seeing price action close here, and this is on the 5-minute chart, as you bump back out to the higher time frames, we kind of confluence with the structure looking left. As we can see, we kind of got a support right over here. Price action pushed down into that support and it's starting to reject right at this point, or starting to show that there's not enough bearish market orders to continue to push this market down. And you have this new 1-hour candle that just opened up big bullishly, engulfing the previous 2 bearish candles. So as you come back down to the 5-minute, the next thing I saw was price action started to break these highs back in over here, so I was out of there. And then, so watching it all over to this point, like I said, I wasn't able to continue to break lows. As we started to break highs, I trailed in the stops and was out once price action started to break the highs. And then I saw what I needed to see to say, okay, well, if we're pushing down at this point, if price action comes above this 1-hour support I got right here, push and retest, then potentially I can potentially take buys back into this 1-hour resistance right up in here. And as you can see, later on within the Asian session, pushed up, tagged in, retest, and I was in there. Based off of this push, pullback, once price action broke the highs, I was in right over here. I think I had a buy stop right here. And I kind of identified this level based off the higher time frames, I want to say. But overall, was just looking to retest resistance right over here. And that was the stops were below, I want to say 30-minute candle. Yeah. So that's how I identify my stops. And the targets was 1-hour resistance. And pretty much that was a pretty simple and easy trade setup. Went through and smashed through profits, or smashed through take profits. So overall, small loss over here. Kind of, I guess you can say small win, somewhat of a win over here. So at this point now, the way price action looks on a 4-hour time frame on AU, it is really confusing, because what you have is, if this is bearish structure and the trend is starting to go bearish, you've got the high, low, lower high, or potential lower high, and somewhat of a lower low. We did close below this structure level right over here. So let me see, in the 1 hour, yeah, that's kind of flaky right there. I don't really trust that, especially after seeing the price action that has resulted after this candle's close right over here. I wouldn't necessarily call this a lower low. So ultimately, what I'm thinking, especially for AU tonight, going into the London session, that price action is coming to retest this supply that pushed you way down here. So if we get price action to pull back in this zone, potentially can catch some scalp buys. I'm going to have to remark this up here shortly, but kind of jumped on late. Right now, it's almost 8 o'clock, potentially. Let's see. Let's line him up. We can get rid of this. And then I have the analysis out from the weekend analysis. Currently bearish on the 1H and 4H. If we were open and remain under this 15-minute resistance, this red line here, this red area here, then could possibly retest the lows. So I had the trade idea out. Out into the team, whoever was tuned in looking for it. Somewhere over there. Maybe I didn't send it. I should have. Yeah, oh, no, here it is right here. So this is the before. This is how it was looking if price action remained under this level, which it didn't, it was looking to retest the lows right down here. If it broke above, then next resistance right back up in here. So potentially scalp buys back into that 1 hour resistance. If it breaks above there, then potentially all the way back deep into that 4 hour resistance. And then as we can see, based off the way I had it analyzed over the weekend, we have closed above. So potentially, this is the next target area right up here. But we got to build up that story and see what price action is going to give us tonight. More than likely, this will be a London session, probably trade for AU. What we potentially are going to see is some consolidation potentially, or we could simply retest these highs right here, pull back and then take off into London. But let me get everything identified real quick and find out. Damn wheeze, back again. Let me see the London low right over here. And if anybody following the way I analyze these charts, like I said, a lot of this stuff here is not necessarily needed. I put it on here to help me build that story, help me build that picture of what all time frames are doing together. And then make a decision based on that. So right now, potentially, definitely don't like this as the Asian high. So idea / strategy for tonight is, it's 8 o'clock, so that might be the Asian high. What I'm gonna do is allow price action to create this Asian high, Asian low range, and then based off of that, depending on how far this pulls back down within this range, potentially make a trade decision based off of that. What I can see is big ass push. So what we're gonna do, this push broke structure right back in over here. So we're gonna take the fields from last week's low all the way to this week's high. Then we're gonna take a different type of fib on that thing so we can see some more levels. All right. So then potentially now we have got these Asian high. So we're gonna leave that there for the moment. Potentially that could be subject to change here depending on what happens between now and the next 15-minute candle closure. So to take a Fibs play for the most part, this is probably going to be the most accurate zone to want to catch a trade from. That is a long way away. Price action is just melt right there. I don't necessarily see that happening. Not to say that it can't, but about 48 pips right there. So potentially based off a fib, if I was looking for a fib setup, I'll be waiting for price action to come back down into this golden zone. And the only reason I pulled the fib out is because we have price action from the low to the high, that broke structure looking left. Anytime we do that, or anytime I see price action do that, what I'm looking for to see is how far this retracement comes back. And then so price action would melt something like this, or potentially deeper into the zone. But what I would look for now on the lower time frames, once we got back into this zone right down here, would be for structure to shift on the lower time frame, 15-minute, 30-minute, hourly. Disappear this fibs, then you can kind of see it a little bit better. Only other thing I want to do with this higher time frame, let's see what the higher time frames look like first. And then we can see if we can build that story a little bit better. So ultimately high, low, lower high, equal low. So we are potentially still within this range of, let's see, if we delete here, delete this. Resistance. Only other thing I had cooked up was UJ. UJ I did take a trade on today, did make some profits off it. And then GU, I missed GU. Yeah, so UJ, AU, and GU I was trying to get active on last night. As I was doing my weekend analysis, I saw some great setup opportunities. I will run through those real quick. Let me see. So this is a high, low, potential lower high failure to create new lows. Break a structure back to the high. So the only thing that would be left, if this is going to continue bearish, the next target area would be here. Yeah, because at this point you close above resistance with this candle. So if we start to push up and start breaking highs on the lower time frames, 15-minute, 5-minute, potentially take a scalp buy. Let's see what the daily look like. Yesterday's daily was engulfing bullish. Potentially have a high chance we'll be pushing right into resistance right up here. We came to this resistance kind of. So this will be the tricky point on this. So the way I would read this is high, low, lower high, lower low. Price action is pushing back into this resistance at this lower high on the daily time frame. So the way I would read it to see if price action is going to continue to go bearish is I want to see as price action push into the resistance with this bullish candle here, the very next candle, I want to see, do we break structure looking left as we come back down? And as you can see, we have a support area right up in here with these two candles, this bearish candle and this bearish candle close here. This candle will be identified as a rejection candle. This would be more as a bullish candle. Once I go to draw there, this candle right here, I see that more of a bullish candle because this candle was a big bearish candle all the way down here. And then as that candle progressed throughout the day, it pushed all the way back up and it closed way up here. So at this point, I would see that there's more bullish pressure within the market from this candle to potentially take buys from this area if I was looking for buys back in over here. But so what I'm looking for is, as price pushed into resistance, did we shift structure coming back down? Not necessarily. We didn't necessarily break the support right in over here. We look like we grabbed liquidity below some of these lows right in over here, and now we shifting back bullish. And one of the ways I read liquidity to say to make or confirm that is a actual liquidity grab is because if this candle was bearish and we pushed and took out all these people who were buying over here, the very next candle kind of shows me, if this candle would have closed bearish, then we would have had a continuation versus a liquidity grab right over here. This bullish candle is what necessarily confirms the liquidity grab right over here, how it closed, how it engulfed the previous candle and pushed up and left range for the next candle to fill and possibly continue to go higher. So on a daily bullish, 4-hour bullish, we looking for an area we potentially take some buys from to retest this high right up here. Well, I say we, but I'm looking for some buys, some area. What I can see is we're kind of building a support area right here. I say kind of because this candle is still open. If it closes bullish just like this, then there will be a support area right here. And that area will become more important on the hourly chart, not necessarily on the 4-hourly. Let me see, delete. So this was that golden zone play. If price action pulled back, this is where we're going to take buys from. But right up in here, if we break below this area, so this would be our important 15-minute support. If we break below here, then the next support area is right over here on the hourly chart. So definitely could see some scalp shorts in between this level. Looking low, you got some clean range right over there. So I'm, for the most part, building a scenario. Depending on what price action shows, I'll take a trade in either direction. and I'll know my areas of where to take profit or potentially even get out of the trade based off of the zones that I have identified. I'm gonna change the color of this to gold, so I understand why that's sitting right there, because it really don't make sense. Fair play golden's on there, so potentially could see buys. And then if we break above resistance right up here, then potentially there's a high chance that we're going back to retest this high and even push higher into that 4-hour level. Then you bump down to the 15. You can see price kind of consolidating for a little bit. Now we've got that Asian high, potentially come back to create that Asian low, and then based off of that, I will be able to have a tighter trade idea. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and throw in them alerts, and that way we can scan the rest of the market, see what everybody else doing. All right, on BTC, man, I had the most amazing setup. I had entries from over here. Let me draw you back in real quick. I had entries from like right here, targets, same targets. Stops originally, go back. Stops originally were below this support. These were right here as well. I trailed the stops yesterday. The first trade I got in was on Friday. Second trade was on, or first positions were on Friday. Second positions were on Sunday. I trailed the stops right over here. I meant to come back and trail them to where I got the second trailing stop area right there. I'm gonna delete this level here. So the actual trailing stops that I put in got smacked. I was going to go change them. Couldn't get back to my platform in time, and as you can see, price action has skyrocketed since then after I got trailed out right over here. These positions right over here that I opened up, as they pushed into profit, I started to close these off. So I ultimately wanted these ones right down here. Basically, what I was looking for that told me price action was going to go long. Same thing I kind of identified on AU. I looked to see as price action was pulling back bearish right here, did we ever shift structure on the 1-hour chart? Right now, we're on the 1-hour chart. So I let all this price action right here play out. I think I took some shorts from right over here. As this price action right here, I let all this play out because I wasn't really interested in the short game for the most part, because price action on the higher time frames are bullish, big bullish. We're making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, big bullish, higher highs. So what I was looking for was the next higher low, potential next higher low area. And what we can see as we zoom in on this 1-hour chart here, price action, high, low, lower high, equal low, lower high area, lower low, shift the structure. So this was the indication that price action was potentially getting ready to do what it was going to do. So then what we saw next was price action pull back and create this 1-hour support. That's what created my stop loss areas to tell me that if this is what I'm looking for as far as price action shift instruction on a 1-hour chart, then this support right here that it created was going to hold up for you, boy, and push all the way to where I had targets. What I had was price action came through the I consider it still the Asian session on Friday, and what we saw when we bumped down to the 15 was higher highs and higher lows. So I sat back and I waited. Price action continued to break highs. I got in original positions right in over here. Then I had to sit through all day Friday, all day Saturday, and watch price action do this. So original thinking was this area right here was going to be the initial support. What we saw was price action manipulate that level and then go higher. This gave me extra confidence once I saw this price action right here to take these positions right over here and to hold them and to take these positions right over here. I got back in over here again because I saw price action do pretty much that same pattern, create that wick, manipulate that level, and then started going back bullish. So as soon as I saw this price action here, and then it pulled back, I kind of got nervous because this price action or this big candle here broke through. where I got in the second set of positions. We went big bullish right over here, started breaking highs. I got in lower time frame. Then this candle right here took off and then started breaking lows. So then I got nervous. I never did switch the stops all the way from Friday. So as we came back and started making higher highs and higher lows, I was like, oh yeah, we out of there. So then at this point, we had higher high, higher low on the hourly chart. So that's what made me trail the stops to that position. So stops were originally down here, trailed them right below this low point here. And then I tried to give it some breathing room. And as you can see, the breathing room got tapped out at 23,100. And from there, I walked away from it because I don't like Bitcoin during the week. But if I would have held, we've been way up there. Going from now, what I think is going to happen, I don't know. We on the 4-hour chart, we got the low, we got the high. So we broke structure. So the first little confluence I would look for, grab that Fibonacci's, and look for that 50% play. See where that area lines up. That area lines up on the 4-hour resistance that we most recently broke. So I don't necessarily need to leave this fib here because I would know in the back of my mind, I have confluence now to say, okay, price action pushed up from this low point to this high point. The 50% of this impulse of retracement will be right here at the same exact area my structure most recently broken there. So I can pretty much delete that. And then what I would do from the 4-hour to the 1-hour, I would readjust. Let's go. We can change this ghost level, and then come here and draw new resistance. Still on the 4-hour, and then the new 4-hour support will be right down here. Get rid of this. We got it clapped on the trailing stops. And so now I got my range from the 4-hour resistance to the 4-hour support. Go down to the hourly, hit that hourly, see if any levels line up looking left. The next support for me on the 1-hour chart will be way down here. So my eyes would potentially be looking right up in this area somewhere. Put you some pricing on there, somewhere up in this area, 23,500. 23,500, I'm gonna be sitting and waiting, stalking. But like I said, I don't like Bitcoin during the week, so I'll probably miss all this. But if you're watching, then potentially wait for 23,500 to get manipulated to the downside, then wait for that structure to shift to the top side. Switching over to GG ain't hitting on nothing. We potentially have some scalp buys back up in here. Did not break that 15-minute support. Retest the highs. Yeah, overall still stuck in that higher time frame consolidation range. Yeah, doing a bunch of Nathan. So continuation buys above 163, 600, 700 level. Continuation sales below 161, 130 level. Kicking over to GU. Oh man, yeah, I wanted this trade last night, but it took off outside of my range or my time frame. What I was looking for, same thing pretty much on the other charts. We had 1-hour resistance. We was looking to see on this. This is a little bit different than what AU had because on this price action, I wouldn't have been looking for, or I wouldn't have been wanting to take the shorts to retest the lows simply because when you get rid of that field, price action already created a structure right here, a support level right here, or a resistance level right here. Pushed up, created resistance, pushed back down, broke through that resistance. So at this point, we already shifted the structure on the 1-hour in my eyes. So at this point, I'm looking for buys. So what I wanted was price action to come back down, manipulate, and I wanted the buys from down here, but missed them. Was looking at AU. If I would have switched over, potentially would have had some buys right up in here. And I wanted to see price action retest this level here, which I got identified and then start to come back down. So, yeah, if I would have kept watching GU last night, I would have had some gas. I did keep watching UJ. I did catch these shorts. As price action manipulated and retested the highs real quick, I let that happen. Then I caught the shorts as we started to break structure right down in here. TP was at that 382 zone. And then I done missed my scalp buys for the night. So, yeah. Scalp buys to retest the highs one more again. But if it comes back down, then I got some scalp shorts back into this golden zone. If it go even lower, then, 70 pips at the golden zone, 119 back in over at that bottom side resistance or support. So yeah, the market is getting active. You just got to be at the right spot at the right time and know what you're looking at. Switching over to gold. Gold has some scalp buys right over here. Retest the highs. Like I said, got clapped with the analysis last week. I didn't take any trades on gold, but the way I analyzed just like this right here, it did not play out. So I analyzed it a different way this week. Pretty much same psychology behind it, but yeah, just market structure is just a little bit different. And just seeing how price action is reacting to these levels. We have a 15-minute resistance right over here. This would have been a breakout trade for me. Would have been looking to see price action close above this level, and then as the next candle broke its high, would have been on the 15-minute. Look for that close above. Next candle break the high and scalp buys, retest the highs. Ultimately, would have been looking at 94 pips. Is that right? Gold calculate pips differently. I don't know how to accurately count that, but I think that's 94 to 100 pips. 100 pips on gold. Oh wait. Now, looking at gold for the night, if we close above this 4-hour resistance, we got continuation buys. So I'm looking for a break and a retest based off continuation buys. Break above, retest that level, and get up out of there. Wait for the structure to shift, 15-minute, 5-minute, 30-minute chart. And get active on some shorts. We definitely just be looking to see how price action start breaking trend. Backing up in here first, and then we'll see some drasticness. Shorts are a little bit more difficult simply because higher time frames are bullish. We are pushing into a 4-hour resistance, so don't get caught up on the caught up. See how SPX played out. Continuation buys didn't play out. Could have had some scalp buys as it opened up. Break a retest from that level. Potentially. This right here is a 15-minute support. 15-minute supports are not to be trusted. 15-minute supports and resistance zones are not to be trusted. You will get your head bust if you don't know what you're doing. But for me, what I want to see, weekly open price action come to that level. You got to identify it from right over here. I would have been looking for a break, retest, and continuation. Probably would have been questionable getting in back in over here, especially during the Asian session. I don't trade SPX, but looking at the structure of how it played out and the price action pattern, definitely as we started to break highs looking left, I definitely would have had more confidence to hop in these buys. Targets at this point as we started to break highs looking left would have been real close. Right back over here would have been TP1, then, trail the stops as it continued. But outside of that, we had on Zoom. I'm going to buy that Monday, not the day though. Let's see how we hitting on pretty much the same thing. Probably would have missed on Nas if I was looking at it last night because the structure right here is not as clear as it is on SPX. Nas is a little bit more closer to this 1-hour support, so potentially it would just let it go. I don't trade though, so that's the way it is what it be. Back over here on that AU, doing a whole bunch of nothing. Hit you that cha-cha dance. They gave Rick some money on how to behave. At this point on the 5-minute to 1-minute chart, we trying to push below this right here. Low support right here on the 5-minute, 1 minute. So far it's holding up. We had one attempt, or this was the first retest of that level. This is the reaction from it. Weak bearish, not a lot of bearish output at this point. Now we're trying to break through that level. Bearish output at this point, 15 minutes. You got 6 minutes left on this candle, not that much. So reading the price action lets me know that potentially until we see some big bearish gas, that shorts ain't what you really want to be looking for at this point because you ain't got no gas. Your car ain't going nowhere if you ain't got no gas in it. You ain't going nowhere if you ain't got no gas in you. But these right here, like they ain't ate in a couple days. This one right here, like it just got through eating. This one right here trying to digest some food, so he pulling back a little bit. This right here is starving. He need to eat. He ain't got no gas in him. This one right here look like he had a little bit of gas, and now he's starting to run out of gas. So I ain't really, And as you bump down to the 5 minute, you can kind of see that support level. Price action trying to manipulate right now. Not really important. 5 minute support and resistance level will get you cooked if you don't know what you're doing. But we can see price action is trying to break through. Let me see where we at. Price action is trying to break through that zone. It then wick below, and then immediate bullets close after it, and coming back trying to close below. So for me, the way I read the market and the charts is, if price action is gonna go, it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it ain't doing too much of nothing, so I ain't gonna do too much of nothing. Sit back and watch. On my scalping account, I did take some hits. According to the rules, you gotta shut them down after so many pips. Down to, I think, $50-something on that joint. Yeah, 52. Last time I was on, I think it was at 70-something. So scalps ain't really been hit. But price action been funky. Most of the long distance trades I've been hitting and holding has been, you know, get in during the Asian and let that thing take off. Because as you can see, had I initially taken buys from way over here during the Asian session, from the time I get on to the time I get off, around about 11 o'clock, which is about right up in here, which is kind of what helped me, you know, stand on later is what helped me formulate this trade. But so about right up in here, so I would have had this price action to take advantage of during the time that I'm on the chart. So if I would initially took buys from way down there, you know what I'm saying, just let that thing take off for you, potentially. Ooh-wee. And at this point, you're looking at like just not having a TP on, because ain't no way I would have held way up here, because I wouldn't have been looking for it to go way up there. But as you can see, you know, move this over some. Wait, I done moved the wrong freaking thing. Go back. Yeah, this is what I want to move right here. If you held it all the way up to there, which some people do, not me. Potentially, look at that, you know, huge ass trade versus me getting on for 4 hours. If you let that thing run, that's 102 pip versus, you know, this little, how much was this back in over here? So from the time I'm on the charts, we only push 30 pips, but if you know you hold swing that long, then potentially 102 pip take profit. What I'm saying is, most of the trades that I've been hitting lately, the longer distance ones, been hitting outside of the Asian session, just because the price action been real funky, you got to have some patience game on you to get in at the most prime time. Because had I seen structure shift on the hourly, like I said, I wouldn't have been looking for these shorts, but it didn't shift over here just yet, so I was more willing to take these shorts because that's what price action likes to do. But once it shift that structure on the hourly, this is that high off the hourly time frame, and as you can see, once we broke above, the joint just took off. It's out of there. So these were the buys I would have been looking for had price action closed last week above right over here. Tonight we got some pump action. Pump action, pump action. So what I like to do is bump back out to that hourly until price action set up, so you don't get cooked. Watching that 15 minute tell you some 15 minute chart to get you gassed up, get you souped up, like price action getting ready to take off. It ain't went nowhere. So outside of AU tonight, GU, let me see how we racking. I don't know, because this is what I wanted. I don't really follow GU like that, so I don't know if this is, you know, the pullback that we need to see in line back with the higher time frame trend to continue to take the market lower. It kind of looks that way, but, you know, based off of this trend line, we would have been right here. Market stepping down, so potentially that could be, but you know, there's always a chance for another retest before melting. I don't know. I think ultimately we were looking for higher time frame to shift back to the downside. Yeah, push back into the supply zone right over here, and now we're shifting structure, looking left. So you got the higher highs and higher lows. We then closed below this last higher low that pushed you into the highs, right back in over here. So ultimately, the way I follow trend and structure, my psychology would be to take shorts back into this 4-hour support, and then if it continue to go, we got a lot of liquidity sitting right up under here. Let's see if GU got some news. USD got some news coming up. Wednesday. What's the day of Monday? I don't know if this is enough range to hold out until Wednesday to make that. That can potentially drop, from now until the London session. CPI. Yeah, that's on Wednesday. Yeah, so this could potentially melt tonight. Get rid of that. So for the same thing as to identify buys going back up, we look for that shift on the hourly. What we got right here is a higher low, higher high, potentially new higher low right up in here. I would call that an equal high. And then right now we're sitting at that 1 hour support level. So potentially if we break right below here, potentially could have shorts down to this support level, TP1. About 30 pips away, and then full TPs right down to its 4 hour support, about 50 pips away. Get my savage on. Let's see, 30 pips, and then all the way down to 53. So I would look for a close below support right over here. See what we rocking with. 15-minute entry. Yes, less than a minute on that zone. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is put that alert right there, and let's see what happens. Like I said, I don't follow GU like that, so I don't know if this is what it needs, if that's enough of a pullback for it to continue to break structure to the downside. But we're gonna put that alert and be ready just in case. See, AU still over here pump faking. Okay. We pushing back into a hot zone. Let me see. Excuse me. I covered my mouth like that was gonna cover the mic. Little prime and purple. That look good. Okay, let's see what they got. Some prices on here. Save 40%. 1 year unlimited whiteboard offer in. Okay. Yeah. I'm okay, my friend. Let's see if we can take some scalp shots. It's 8:30. From the high, we need a. Let's see if this close, Billy. Break the high. Come on, break the high for me. Break the high, stop playing. There we go. Yep. Alright, so if we pull back to the 50 and exhaust, I'm gonna hop in. A little scalp short. Something like this right here. Start right above. We ain't interested in no retracements. Right back down to this 1 hour support. Ain't interested in no retracements. And then we have TP1, something like that right here. Something like that right on. We're gonna see right here, right here. See right here, the real me. Pull that scalp account. Let's see what happens. Let me take it on a big account too. Let's see what happened. Probably ready for further confirmation on that big account, but on that scalp account, we right. What UJ gonna do? Oh, I don't want to flip to stations right quick. Let me see, I got on that AU just in case. Yeah, I do see that. That golden zone weed on there. We still rocking on. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I still ain't figured out how to get my freaking camera up there. The other way. We all Gucci. If we don't make it back to this 50, I probably won't hop in. If it continues to break the shorts, then I want to see a close below this level, and then as we start to break lows, I want to see close below this level and then break lows, scout shorts back into this 1 hour support. If that don't happen and they keep going bullish, then break and retest from this point. Close above, retest. 1 minute, 5 minutes. It's the boring part of trading, the boring part of trading. UJ, ugh. Little head and shoulders, break that neckline, it was on popping. Another head and shoulders finally broke that neckline right over here. Took the shorts off the retracement, on and popping. What's up, little baby?
Are we still live?
Yeah. Why, what's up? Hold on, y'all, be right back. Alright. So at this point, price action ain't really coming back to that 50 like we want to see it. So we're gonna bump back out to the higher time frame and see what's going on. Still hoping on that 15-minute. Might get some pump fake action below this level. Then immediately shoot back up. Let's see. We might just consolidate all night too. GU, we taking scalp buys on. UJ 1 hour. I'll be looking for scalp buys on UJ at this point instead of scalp shorts. Scalp shorts on GU. All right, so let's do some do a strength check real quick. Check, strength check. All right, so it looked like on UJ we kind of retracing from this bearish trend. Currently bullish. We'll start from the top on AU. AU currently bullish. Showing some Aussie strength. GJ currently consolidating. So the GBP and the JPY somewhere at current equal strength. GU currently bearish, so GBP weak. JPY is possibly also weak. NZD consolidating. So those are potentially at equal strength, coming off a bullish run, but not really breaking highs, not really breaking lows, mostly consolidating. UJ pushing bullish, we knew that. So some slight USD strength. Gold pushing bullish. It's really mixed right now. USD pushing bullish, GJ consolidating, GU pushing bearish, so GBP weakness. Somewhat of a USD strength. I don't know. It's really mixed right now. What I will say is USD market is closed. So if GU is pushing bearish, it's because of GBP's weakness compared to the US dollar. So at this point, them shorts become tricky because you don't have no real volume point to kick in at this point, except the London Open, which potentially could give you the gas to fill this little range back in over here. But at this point, price action just pump faking. Pump faking. Ain't doing nothing. At this point, we got 1 minute left. So if we close below 50% of this current candle, we would be considered rejecting this downside. Got me a little tune over here. I'm gonna close that door. It's supposed to be free your dogs to the day make it home. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know, guys, took some gunfire. Feel like he left me all alone. It's supposed to be VV. None of the inside. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm with you, I gotta make it known. Hand on my lap, clutching. Gotta make it known. Correct me if I'm wrong. I got some kids in the world. Only prayer to protect them when I'm gone. Ooh, look how that candle closing though. So we was looking like we were gonna reject a minute and 30 seconds ago, looked like we were gonna reject. 25 seconds left now, like you got some gas to the downside. So we were hungry and thirsty back over here trying to break through this little 1 minute, 5 minute support. Now we done broke through. Now we look like we've been eating. Now we look like we're picking up some gas. Push us on through that ass. See what happened. But we did not pull back to that 50. Oh, I'm salty on that. So you're gonna have to be cautious. Cautious writing down here. So this can't really necessarily be drawn just yet. Let me see. If we break these lows, then this 50% plays out the window. They supposed to be free your dog today, make it home. Correct me if I'm wrong. I got some kids in the world. Only prayer is checking them gone. There's been enough loss on. If we're on fork, gotta make it known. Hand on my lap. Clutch. Come on, man. Somebody do something, man. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Who is it? We need to see a retracement back to that 50. Come on, baby. Let me in, baby. We got a couple more minutes going on the live. This will be the trade analysis. So let me get on number 2. Extra sauce. No lip. Let me see who created these highs. New York says create these highs. Let's see if we can get active with the gas. We got a bunch of nothing going on right now. All right. Anybody in the chat? Send me your charts. We'll take a look at them. Hold on one second. All right. Anybody in the chat? Yo. Drop your charts. We can take a look at them. We can get active on that. Come on, man. Stop playing. Let me in. Stop playing. Come on, pull back so I can get in. Let me get some prime position for the live. For everybody on the live. Let me see what that looks like. Hit on my lap. Plus, gotta make it home. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nope, not like that. Okay, go back. I just want to see how that look. I got a terrible lag. I just realized that. Oh man, that is a huge lag. Oh yeah, that's like a 25-second lag. That'd be enough to get you cooked. We gotta fix that. I don't know how to fix it though. I'm gonna have to look into that, peoples. I just realized that big lag we got going on there. Oh, we got some tweezer tops. Come on, man, let me in. Stop playing. Tell me, let me in. Stop playing. I like these tweezer tops at the top of the trend instead of the bottom like that. So I wouldn't really use that as a confluence to push market lower. Now, had we got these tops right in back over here, oh yeah, sell. Sell, sell, sell. Kind of like right back in over here. Oh no, that's not really necessarily close. That's not close enough. Let me see some tweezer tops, some tweezer bottoms. Chart price action pattern there. I don't know the name of them shits, so don't start asking. I just know that's a price action pattern there. Take the market lower. I don't really see no tweezers. Close. Wouldn't have took those though. Oh, right there. Tweezer tops. Oh yeah, shorten. Pushed up. Boop. These would have been a little bit difficult to take since how, we broke out price action bullish. You'd have to be sitting waiting on that. Come on, man. Let me in, man. Let me in. Stop playing. Push on up there. Stop playing. Let me in. But we got about another 8 minutes left. 8 minutes. 8 minutes on the chart. 8 minutes on the track. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. If price action gonna give us some gas. If not, then I'm out of there. Got things to do. Got things to see. People to be around. Place to be. AU, bunch of nothing. Bitcoin. Let's see if price action manipulate this wick to the downside and continue back to the top side. What's the 15? Let's see. This is still outright bearish. So yeah, she's definitely waiting. Price action break. Or, if you can catch the shift on a lower time frame, you kind of got a little bit of a equal high type of pump fake. I expect this to come lower or, break above the little trend line you got right here and continuation bias. Ultimately, close to ultimate target area to continue to want to be trying to catch them bias. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happened. And then GJ, I think GJ was nothing special. Currently bearish. Could have had some shorts potentially from up there, but yeah, risky business on GJ. GU, Waiting on them shorts. So if that alert go off, your boy getting active. 1.2700. I'm looking for it. 1.2700. Oh, what's wrong with my man? Stop something like that. We gonna target. Yeah, initial targets look something like that. If that thing continue, throughout the rest of the week, I can see something like way down here by like Wednesday when that news drop. Yeah. Oh yeah. If we continue bearish, then they're looking for that. They want all of the smoke. All of the smoke. I want it all. UJ looking for buys. UJ looking for buys on UJ. You just gotta find that prime pricing point. But we looking for the buys. We looking for the buys. Let me see how it look on the hour. Yup, we looking for the buys. Somewhere right up in here. Oh, we already got a red bar right down in there. Anyway, up in here, X marks the spot. And potentially, we can see the price stall out anywhere up in here. And potentially get active from right up in there. X marks the spot. I gotta go check on my little man. Something going on with him. He out there winning. But yeah, man, ain't nothing going on. Market ain't good. Oh, we might have missed. Let's see. No, we ain't missed nothing. Ain't nothing missed. The problem is we ain't got no bullets close to that downside yet, so you can't really try that 50% play and have some confidence in it. Cause we ain't closed on nothing bullish. We right now retesting this hot zone. Struggling to get through. Could have had those scalps probably. Nah, I'm gonna wait. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait to see how we close below here, and then I'm gonna get active. If it retrace, then I'll catch it off the bank. Somewhere right up in here. Cause this will be the point that we broke below structure looking left. So I'll look for potential retracement. If it come back that far, then I'll get active. If not, then as we continue to break lows, I'll short down into this 1 hour support. But outside of that, I think I'm gonna head up out of there. I need to go check on my little man, see what he got going on. Thank you for watching. If you're here, like and subscribe if you ain't already. If you got any questions, drop a comment. If you're trying to get active, drop a comment. Outside of that, I'm out of that thing. Peace.